But to me, this is gonna sound really, really weird. But in terms of like a big fear, I am really afraid of aquariums.
Huh.
That's right. You heard
Okay.
you. Yep, that's right.
Seth, you
Aquarium.
go.
Like you talking about the ones that like you can walk through like just a big tunnel of just like
Just
glass
in,
like
the
aquarium.
whole idea of an aquarium. I mean, that I really don't like the glass thing. But like to me, I don't know why, but I always just have this terrible fear that the glass is gonna break, and then all the fish that's gonna be like just rushing out with all the water.
So like when you're at like the doctor's office and you see the fish tank, you just start getting like goosebumps. I feel that.
Okay,
right?
all right.
Right.
That's a little bit different. That's a little bit different. Like, I'm talking like big scale aquarium.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the DMT show. This is episode 19. I'm one of your hosts, Aryan.
I'm Andy. My name is Jason.
And I am Ashok, and yet again, we're back at it again with more special guests. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Dominic, junior.
And I'm Seth. I'm also a junior, and I go to school with all of these wonderful people.
Yes,
So
sir.
do I.
All right.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Jason, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. So, I think that I share with both Dom and Seth is that we're both, or all three of us, sorry, are on the cross country and track team. So, first thing we asked, we've had multiple athletes on the show before. So, I mean, what is it like being an athlete, and how is it maybe balancing your academic and your athletic life so far in high school, especially junior year? 'Cause
Ooh,
it's
that's
one of the harder years.
Yeah. That's a good question. So I feel like balancing like your schoolwork and then your sports can be really tough, but also really easy because if usually some sports are on the weekends, and if you have those on the weekends, they're a lot easier. But if you have a lot of sports during like the week, then it could be a lot harder because less time to do homework and study, because then you have to go to sports for a couple of hours. But
Mhm.
overall, it's not that bad.
So for me, I kind of like to schedule out the time that I give to like both. So I after school every single day we have 3-hour practices, I would say, and then the second that I come home, I have to go and then do all of the work and get everything done. Because I mean, it is a commitment to of course, committing to school is a big thing as well with all the work and everything that you have to do for that. But committing to the sport is also important as well because you want to be there for your team and you want to be able to show up when it's time for a big competition or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you guys, what's your priority list? Do you have like school before sports, or do you like the way around?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, school always number one because truthfully, school and then of course college and moving on, that will be the way that I progress in life. And as much as I love running and as much as I love track, I mean, it's just got to be like, it's just got to stand right behind that. So if there's ever a time where like school is more important, I'll have to choose school over track.
Gotcha.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel like most people say.
Yeah, a lot of people do say that. School comes first.
Yeah, school always comes first.
Yeah. And Seth, I heard you mention about like the team experience, but I also hear a lot of people like talking about how cross country isn't really a team sport. Would you like agree with that statement, or do you think it is a team? Like, do you?
All right, so that's an interesting question, and my coach always manages to bring this up whenever we're having discussions about this. But just like any other sport, it really is a team sport, and that's truthfully because like even though you're individually the one that's like running and you're the one that's running for yourself and you get a personal time, everything is scored. So the I think it's top 5 runners for every single team in a varsity event, they get a score, and that's how it is determined, the team score, and how the team performs during the season. So if everybody on the team, or at least your top 5 people, are having good days, that will lead to more success for your team. So in that way, I definitely see it as more of a team sport. And anybody that says differently, well, you're wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's
The reason for, I would say, is the reason cross country or track and field is a team sport is because the results are scored based on your entire team's performance. Like,
Yeah.
It's not you. It's
Yeah.
your team's performance, and then all the other
Yeah.
teams. That's how they score it.
Yeah. So
I'd say
like
maybe like
we're all
I would
trying to
say,
talk.
like,
Yeah, Jason, go ahead.
smaller competitions. Like if you have like a little more like kind of low key race, then maybe you can kind of swing toward the individual side. Once you get to like the championship season and count it, that's definitely more of the team oriented aspect, and you can definitely see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a question. So you guys obviously you're doing running now, but have you done any sports other than running, like when you were younger, and like finally you found track that you like?
Well, for me, it's a little different because I play 2 sports right now. I run and I play baseball. So, but I've played so many sports over the years, from lacrosse or soccer to what I'm playing now, and basketball. Even flag football, like all that.
Yeah.
So for me, it started early on. I feel like everybody played soccer, like when they were really little.
Yeah.
So everybody
Oh, yeah,
played
everybody.
soccer. I played soccer, and then I didn't really do much else for a while until I started playing baseball, and I did basketball for a while, and then eventually I quit baseball. So then I was a big basketball for a really long time. Like I'm a pretty big dude. I'm like 6'2", so like I was always told like you should play basketball. So that's kind of something that I did for a while, and then I realized that like there was a lot of pressure on me to like have to go and play basketball with all these other players who thought that they were so amazing. So it was kind of difficult. So then I was like, you know what? I was like, there's got to be something else I can do. So I went onto the track team. I heard that you don't need to try out, you don't need to do anything, you just go. And then eventually I realized I was actually pretty good at it. So I stuck with it, and here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with track and like as opposed to other sports, it's like we already mentioned there's the individual versus team aspect, but like I feel like egos are kind of thrown out of the way. Like there's not really much egos. It's like nobody's really like, oh, I'm better than you, and nobody's really flaunting it. But I feel like sports, everyone's like basketball, like, yo, give me the ball, let me shoot, and it's like it's not like that in track. So that's a different dynamic between the two.
Yeah, a lot of sports, it's a lot of egos. Even like baseball, it's a lot of egos. Like who's a better hitter? Let me pitch. Like no,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's egos.
So, Dom, I see you got. I'm guessing that's a baseball cap. I also see like a bunch of stuff in the background. Do you guys also like to watch sports?
Yeah. I'm a Mets fan. Yeah,
Mets fan.
it's pretty tough life being a Mets fan. But
I respect that. Yeah.
hey, the Mets got a good team this year, so we'll see how they perform.
All right. What about you, Seth?
So for me, I love sports, always love sports. Maybe I wasn't as big into it like back in the day, but more now because like I realize that like there's really nothing good on TV. So when I turn on the TV, I always just watch sports. So for me, my favorite sport is basketball. I'm a big Knicks fan. It's terrible that they stink. Really terrible that they stink, but my Knicks always got to stand with my Knicks. And I've also started to get into baseball as well. I'm not a Mets fan. Interestingly, I'm a Blue Jays fan, so they're from Toronto. And a lot of people always ask me, like, why? And honestly, there's no other reason than the fact that I watched them play live. And I was like, this is like the coolest thing ever, watching like live baseball. And I've seen them play. So ever since then, that was kind of the team that I gravitated towards.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's tough being a fan of both, though. Apparently in New York, apparently it's tough being a Knicks. Man, I can't tell Mets fan. Sorry, but yeah, Knicks too. It's not a good ride.
It's a tough life.
But Dom, why Mets and not Yankees? Like I don't know much about baseball, but
Well, here's the thing. I like the Mets and the Yankees, but I'm really a fan of the Mets. And the reason is really because my mom was always a Mets fan, but my dad, he worked in the fire department or whatever. But he would go to all these Yankee games. Like he was so close to Yankee Stadium that like they would, and then after after 2001 they had like all these they would have like emergency staff, like fire department, police department, all of them at the game, so they get to watch the game for free. Like
oh wow, yeah.
That's kind of it's cool, but not for the right reason. But yeah,
not for the right reasons, but my dad also got to inspect the new Yankee Stadium. Like they walked in the mound and stuff when they weren't supposed to, but
All right.
Seth, do you like hate the Nets, or are you just like cool with the Nets?
Well, don't get me started with the Nets. Don't even get me started with the Nets.
Good man.
They really just, not that they make me mad, but it's just kind of annoying. Like a few years back when like everybody was like, everybody's going, Zion's going to New York, KD, Kyrie, they're both coming to New York, and then they wound up all swerving me. And we got KD went to the Nets, Irving went to the Nets, and then Harden came as well. So it's kind of just more of an annoyance. Like, why are so many good people going to this team and not the Knicks? Like, I understand the Knicks bad, but like it's still the Knicks. So I don't know.
Oh man, we are low in the ladder in the Eastern Conference, boys. Not looking.
Oh
hot.
yeah, really not good at all.
Yeah. Wait, what place are we?
12.
12th? Yeah.
Nets
Not
are
good,
the Knicks.
not
They're
good.
Stellar either, but better than 12.
Now, how many teams are in each conference?
15.
14?
15. 30. 30
Okay.
total. Yeah. A little
At least they're
more.
better than 3 teams.
Yeah, in the Eastern Conference anyway.
Yeah. One way to look at it. All right. A lot of like athletes, they have sports idols. Do you guys have any that you guys like have? Anyone you guys look up to?
Nah. No, I really try not to do that. It's just in my mind if I try and be someone. Like, when I was younger, it was Curtis Granderson, because I used to hit like him. But, like, my stance, whatever. But, like, I really don't really have someone I look up to, only because, you know, I don't want to really be like someone. I kind of want to be like myself.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Alright.
What about Seth?
So for me, I do understand what Dom's saying, and I don't ever strive to be like someone. Maybe like everybody's always like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be LeBron James, or oh yeah, I'm gonna be the next Babe Ruth. Like it's not like that for me. I kind of just look and I find the people that like I guess are very inspirational in their sports. So in terms of basketball, like although he's not playing very well, and it pains me to say this, he's not going to be an all-star either. But Julius Randle, I love Julius Randle. But it's killing me that he's playing bad. So please, Julius, if you watch this video, please play well. I hope he does. But so he's one.
Everybody tag him.
In baseball, in baseball, I'm a Blue Jays fan, so I like Vladimir Guerrero. He had an amazing season last year. And even in other sports like racing, Formula One. I don't know if anybody here watches, or I'm sure you may know what it is.
My brother
I
watches
know what it is. Yeah.
The one
So,
that we
yeah,
see
so, like-
cameos.
So Lewis Hamilton, he's a big inspirational guy over there. So like those kind of people that like are there to inspire. And even in running, like I'm not a sprinter, but I love Usain Bolt. I just think that the stuff that he was able to do on the track was absolutely amazing.
I was gonna wait till you finish. I was actually gonna answer myself. I was gonna say Usain Bolt. Like, it's not like I'm trying to be like him. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna like nah. But it's just like I just marvel at like how
Exactly.
insane he is.
Yeah.
And it's just so inspirational. Like literally, it just makes you want to reach your potential and just like be your best.
Right.
You can. So,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I look at it. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna strive to be anyone, but I love certain baseball players, or like Usain Bolt, or like football players, even football, you know, or basketball. There's a bunch of players that I love.
Yeah, you can like
because they're-
appreciate the work they put in and like how well they're doing because of it. So I guess it's kind of like that.
All right. So this question's a little, I guess it's towards Seth. How's Spanish going this year? It's been a bit. Ninth grade.
Ariane,
Ninth grade. It was back in the day.
I miss you in my Spanish class. I really do. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Junior year's been a little tough, so my Spanish grade is sadly has slipped a little bit. Don't worry. My Spanish skills are
Senora
still
wouldn't
there.
be proud. Senora wouldn't be
No,
proud.
she would not be proud. Don't worry. I still talk to her every single day. But in ninth grade, I was staying strong with that A+, and I have moved down a whole entire letter grade. I'm at a B+ right now. It's tough. It's tough times
It's
out
alright.
here.
It's alright.
But don't worry. I'm
Roller
making.
coaster, man.
It really is. I'm making sure to maintain the other grades, so I'm staying strong. I'm
Yeah, we
still
can
good.
still work on it. Half a year, get that participation going.
I still got a
Yeah.
chance. I still got a chance. Don't worry.
Yeah, for sure.
But to what? Make the honor roll, Spanish thing, honors thing.
I don't know if it's possible, Dom. I may need to wait
I
till
lost-
next. But that's okay.
I lost
It's all
my
right.
year. But you know what? Well, actually, I could still probably make it, but well, I gotta try. I gotta see.
No, what do you take? You take Italian, right?
I take Italian, yeah.
Yeah. How's that? Is it?
I'm usually really good at it. Had a bad first quarter, but you know, we're gonna get back into it.
Yeah.
It's junior year. What can I say?
Yeah. It's tough for
It's
everybody.
pretty hard, especially after a COVID year. We're gonna- like, lazy as hell.
So true.
That's just different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, coming off the baseball, we're gonna throw you guys for a little bit of a curveball. So, talking about grades, maybe something that not everyone is excited about. So, it's a little bit of a personal question. What is your guys' biggest fear?
Whoa. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really all that.
Big
Okay.
curveball.
There's a curveball right
Like,
there.
wait,
Is this-
it's like just like your biggest fear about
In general?
Like, is it in general? Like,
Yeah, in general.
In general, anything you want.
If you want to go deep, you can. If you don't have to, though, it can just be
All right.
anything. It could. You
It doesn't have to
could
be like a phobia. It could just be like something just like, yeah, just general. Well, while you guys think, I'll say mine. So, you can call me whatever you want, but I do not like heights, bro. Heights, they're just
I feel that. Yep.
Just
Yep.
whenever I'm high up, I just feel like I'm just gonna die. I'm in like a dangerous situation. That's why I don't like roller coasters either. Just
Oh,
not
okay.
the biggest heights guy.
We've been trying to get him to go skydiving. Like it's one of my, it's something on the bucket list for me personally. And
Not gonna
go
happen.
indoor skydiving.
Yeah, I'd
Indoor
stay on the
skydiving.
ground
Yeah,
with
I
you.
know.
Don't worry.
I would do indoor, but outdoor, that's a little.
I've done it. It's
scary.
really fun.
I
You
I
don't
feel
need to go
like
that
even
high
if
off the
you're-
ground.
I was gonna do it, but then the place like shut down just
Ooh.
because of something. It was like some like weather incident. I forgot what it was. It was so sad. So I feel like if you're like scared of heights, even if you're not scared of heights, there's always like a point where it does get scary.
yeah.
Like no one's not afraid of anything. But,
Like the point,
'cause,
like, yeah, like the point where it comes like actually physically dangerous, then I feel like I mean, if there's a risk for your life, then of course you're gonna be scared. I think, but
yeah, because like
I'm not scared of heights. So.
I wouldn't say I'm scared of heights too much. Like roller coasters, I love roller coasters. I'm not scared of them at
I
all.
can't do that. Though.
But there was one time
Can't
I
do
went
that.
to like Hong Kong, and there's like a gondola going up a mountain,
Oh.
and it was like a glass floor.
Yeah, that's tough. I can't
Terrifying.
do that. That I
Terrifying.
can't.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the video of the glass floor that breaks? Like looks like big cracks when you step
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
Oh no,
Dude,
Dom! Don't be
that-
saying that. You can't be saying that to me. That's like, because I can classify one of my fears definitely as heights. I mean, I will go on roller coasters, interestingly, but anything else like that, I'm not a real big fan of. Legs turn to jelly. I'm really not a big fan. But to me, this is gonna sound really, really weird. But in terms of like a big fear, I am really afraid of aquariums.
Huh.
That's right. You heard
Okay.
you. Yep, that's right.
Seth,
Aquarium.
you go-
Like you're talking about the ones that like you can walk through, like just a big tunnel, just like
Just
glass,
in,
like,
the whole idea of an aquarium. I mean, that I really don't like the glass thing. But like to me, I don't know why, but I always just have this terrible fear that the glass is going to break, and then all the fish that's going to be like just rushing out with all the water. And I guess since like. I mean, thinking about it, like if the water comes out, the fish won't be able to survive. But even just that idea, just the idea of all of that, like coming at me, I don't like. But interestingly,
It's like
I can
just a
survive in a
giant
zoo.
shark, like a great white, just like comes.
See, like yeah, that
chasing
kind
you.
of idea.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
don't like that.
that makes kind of make sense.
So like when you're at like the doctor's office and you see the fish tank, you just start getting like goosebumps. I feel that.
Okay,
right?
all right.
Right.
That's a little bit different. That's a little bit different. Like, I'm talking like big scale aquarium.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, dog, you haven't answered yet.
Well, I don't want to be that guy that's like,
Dom
I don't
fears
have any
nothing.
fears.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
no, but like I don't
That is just
specifically
impressive.
like, I there's stuff I definitely like fear, but it's not like I'm like, oh, I see this, oh my god, like it's
Yeah.
just I got electrocuted once, so I guess electricity.
What?
I'm a-
Yeah, I got struck by lightning once, but yeah, moving on. Well, what was
Well,
the
no, I mean,
situation?
Yeah, what's the story? What's the
because
story?
it was like just like you're plugging in like the outlet,
Oh,
and
okay.
then you hit the prongs. What's still plugged in? I
Smart.
did that once.
all right.
But yeah,
Okay, interesting.
I've been electrocuted like a couple times.
A couple times, more than once.
Yes.
You think you'd like the first time? So
Alright.
is that like a fear, or is just something like you're
I
aware
just don't
of?
like it. Like I don't like.
Okay.
I hate saying that. Like I'm not afraid of anything because it's not true. But at the same time, I don't have any like fears. You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
get it. I think I get it. All right.
Confused,
yeah.
but-
Yeah. So
all right. Okay.
Fine.
All right.
yeah.
You
So
seem a little perplexed by that.
All right. Continue on.
Arn, do you have any fears?
one of my fears, I'd say, like not. Can't speak. Sorry. Just bees in general.
Oh,
When
I feel that.
When
Okay.
I was in sixth grade, not sixth grade. When I was 6, I don't know why I said sixth grade. When I was 6, I was coming home from school and then I got a bumblebee stuck in my hair. That was tough. I didn't get stung. I've never been stung. But
That's crazy.
I did get a haircut the
Why?
next day. But yeah,
I've had like a weird incident with bees. Arian was there.
yeah,
We were
I think I
actually
know what this
it was actually recorded, so that was cool.
yeah.
I
But
know.
I was wearing Crocs, right, barefoot, because it was like summer outside. And I was in the backyard, and then a bee like slipped through one of the holes in the Crocs and it was just under my shoe, and then I stepped on it, and it hurt so much.
Oh, that's terrible. That's really bad.
And you can see me in the video. It's just like I step on, like, oh, I think there's a bee, and I step on, you're like, ah, and I just like run away, and you can see I like throw my Croc out. It was
Yeah.
bad.
That's funny.
All right.
I'm also You I'm not don't like, see terrified of bees, but I don't want to get like I'm just scared of getting stung. I'm just like, y'all get me away. Because if people are like, oh, it hurts, I'm like, I don't want to feel the pain if I can avoid it. So I'm just like, get away from it.
And Ashok, what about you? What's one of your fears?
Okay, so this is like kind of related to what Seth has, but like a marine life, like fish and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that
I
either.
can't.
Like that's kind of what. Yeah.
I can't. Like one time I went like
Seth,
paddleboarding.
Scared across the camera.
Super real.
So like one time I went paddleboarding in like in an ocean, and then there was just like a school of fish, like 500 plus probably, like minimum, and they were just surrounding me. And then usually you stand on a paddleboard, but I was so terrified that I was gonna fall in, so I just sat down. Whenever a fish came near, I just like swung the paddle at it so it would go
Yeah.
away. I was there for like 15 minutes just waiting for the school to pass. Oh, that was
That's funny.
terrifying.
God.
I think also I
No,
was
it's not.
forced to go snorkeling. Dude,
I
that
was
so
too.
bad.
That happened to me as well, and I really don't like the ocean, and I
Yeah.
wound up going snorkeling, and like there are these fish everywhere, and I was like, I can't do this. Like
Dude, every time I saw a fish, I was like trying to swim away. There's like
exactly, exactly,
there's like
exactly.
sea urchins on the floor, and I was
the
just
fish
not.
won't annoy you. You're supposed to like. The whole point. You're supposed to see them.
No,
Nah,
I get that.
yeah.
That wasn't it. As soon
But,
as the person was like, it's time to go, bro, you already knew. I was
I
like,
was
Michael,
like out of
I was
there. Exactly.
going
Like,
to the shore.
My family, they'd be swimming over the reef with all the fish like coming out of it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stand back here and watch the fish from afar. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna chill here. And even like the snorkeling part was kind of just like it was hard to like try and breathe in that thing anyway. So the whole thing was recipe for disaster. Not good.
Yeah, fish are just not it.
All right, so we're gonna move into our final set of questions. We like to call them our quick fire questions. It's just really quick. Just quickly say your answers. The first one: Crocs. Yes or no? What's your opinion?
Yes.
No,
No.
Thank
All right.
you, Dom.
Good man, Seth.
Good
Good
I
man.
like them, but I don't like how they feel on my feet.
I agree with Dom. I'm gonna go no. Crocs are
I'm
not.
anti-Croc, bro. I
Yeah.
will like condemn you if you wear Crocs.
Oh,
'Cause
Crocs.
you'll hear.
Crocs are such a versatile like
Yeah, I
sneaker
know,
to
right?
use. If it's hot in the summer or if you're going to the pool or something like that. And honestly, I'm not a fan of what's called like the giblets or diblets. I don't even know what they are. The thing that you put in,
Things that you
I know
put
what
in
you're
the
talking
hole.
about. I hate those.
like
Like
that
that?
I don't get. What are we doing with those? There's no reason for that. But the idea of a Croc, like as a whatever it is, footwear, I think it's a good idea.
All
Very
right.
good idea.
I think like just classic like sandal, like flip flop type thing. That just as versatile.
Yeah, just slides in general.
Yeah, I'm a
But,
slide
but
guy.
once you, but do slides have adventure straps?
Right, that's right. You can turn it into
No.
sports mode.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Straps.
I own Crocs.
So like
I used to wear
I
them
don't
too.
own Crocs, but if I did, I knew it would be a good investment kind of thing. Like I knew that I'd be getting my
Investment.
money's worth.
I
Sports mode
recommend
is
it.
really versatile. It's good. You can
I've
run
gone ziplining with Crocs on in the sports
adventure mode.
Made them
Look at that.
adventure mode.
Look at
Yeah. Stay there. I went hiking with them too, dude. They're so good.
Okay. Next up, we got our famous "Would you rather" question. We like to ask this to all of our guests. Hey, we've been getting different sides of the answer. Different sides now. Different sides.
Oh, I can't
So,
hear this one.
would you rather have unlimited money and unlimited friends, or no money and no friends? See, it may sound like it's a simple answer, but you really got to think about it. You got to think about what it means.
I feel like I
I'll go
know
first.
each of your
Alright.
I got it. I think I got my answer. So I'm going no money, no friends.
I knew it. Oh boy.
Okay.
And
You-
I'll explain myself
I want to hear this.
because to be completely honest with you, for myself, I'm a very I don't know how to explain it. Like I draw a lot of people in. Like I have a big presence, so a lot of people tend to like gravitate towards me, and I just try and be nice and like in that way, like. So I feel like I don't want friends to be given to me. I can find my own friends kind of thing. And in terms of like the money, it's the same kind of situation. Like I can do it for myself. Like there's no reason for me to just be put in a situation where everything's handed to me. Because if somebody says to me, you can have unlimited friends, like they're not all going to actually be your friends. It's just like being thrown at you kind of thing. Because I'd rather have
Go ahead.
I'd rather have a bunch of close friends than everybody in the world. Like everybody in the world, if they want to like me, that's great. Like I could be the most popular guy. But in terms of people that would actually want to be friends with me, like I want to be people that like want to actually be with me and want to like hang out with me, that kind of thing.
You'd rather
I
like
agree with that point. But here's the thing, I wouldn't mind getting unlimited money, you know. You know, you can support anything, like anything you need, like you know. But at the same time, I totally agree with you, Seth. You know, the no money, no friends, because you got if you find like the right group of people that want to be your friends, like you don't need a bunch of people who are like fake or anything, you know.
It's sometimes better to start from nothing and like kind of like build yourself up just by yourself.
It's more rewarding.
That's the kind of idea that I like. Yeah, it's more rewarding. Like, why would you want to be handed? You're not a charity case. Like, that's my way. That kind of thing.
Yeah. If you think about it, as soon as you're born, you have no money and no friends. So it's like restarting.
Yeah, in a way it is. Just clean slate, I guess. All right, but
all right. So we got one for each then. One for each side.
Yeah. So
you. Oh, and you got it. There you go.
All right.
Oh, you want me to do it? I'm doing it. I don't care. So
go ahead.
Do you guys have any questions for us that you want to ask? Kind of on the spot.
I got one. I don't know if you've gotten this a lot, but like, what made you want to start the podcast?
All right.
Aryan, take it away.
Yeah. It was kind of me. But yeah.
It was you.
It was completely me. I had a podcast before with like through a club, but I eventually left like the club. I didn't leave the club. I joined like a different side of it, but I left the podcast. So I kind of wanted to start something else up, and I thought it'd be more fun to do it with these guys because like it's just fun this way. So yeah. It started off as a joke.
I like this style, so this is cool.
Yeah. The thing is, it's just talking to your friends, but also if we want to, we can just talk about real stuff too. Like somewhere else, we actually talk about like how it is being in high school and like just taking tests and this and that. It's like relatable to some people, so it's like fun talking with your friends, but at the same time, other people can listen and enjoy it at the same time.
Yeah, and plus I get to meet people that I didn't know. Like I'll get to meet like
I was about to say
friends that. And like
I never like met Dom really before, and here we are through the podcast. Now we know.
Yeah. What about you, Seth?
Any questions?
All right, so I got an interesting one. Once again, I don't know if you've ever been asked this before, and I guess it's kind of hard for you to really give me a real answer, but like with this podcast, I kind of like the idea of it. Like, where do you guys see it going? Is this like something that will continue after high school, or do you want to make this into a bigger thing? I'm not saying that this is going to be your career, because that seems like a little audacious, but...
Yeah.
I'll let one of them answer.
I don't know. Like, for now... Actually, I want to hear Ashok's opinion, actually, because Ashok, I don't know. Ashok, what do you got to say?
I feel that I would like to keep it going as long as possible, even like through college, because even if we go our separate ways, it's still a way to like interact and still like stay connected as friends. And this is like a way to do it, and also it's just I just have fun doing it, so I'd like to keep doing it.
Give like my own answer just in a way, like
Okay.
Okay, so when I say it, it'll make sense then.
Okay.
I think you guys should. Only because this is like you could do this and you could still talk to each other like when you're in college and you're not near each other or anywhere, and it's like a way just to like bond with your friends, like if I could do this with my friends, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Like just as long as we just keep having fun with it and like nobody has a problem with it, and we keep getting more guests as we go, and that's also a fun part of it. You meet new people, and it's part of the whole experience, and it's a fun one, so might as well keep doing it.
Yeah. All right. So the last thing we do with all of our guests is that we have them say the final message. So you guys can just say anything you want, plug in your Instagrams if you guys feel like it, or just say anything you guys feel.
Anything you want.
Ooh, okay.
The floor is yours.
Yeah.
All right, you putting me on the spot here because I don't really know if
Yeah.
I know all of my my Instagram handle. I don't even like.
You don't
even
have
say,
to.
like,
I could just put it as
follow
there.
Blow it up if you want.
You just put like a yeah.
All right, if you want to follow Seth or Dom and Dom's Insta, I'll put it down in the description.
Good idea. There you go.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Because I can't on the spot. I don't know.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
actually
just-
don't know my Instagram either.
But
Any
Um,
last words though? Please. Any last word? Not
send a
not something
message
you're gonna
to
do.
the people.
Any final
yeah,
words?
whatever you guys want to say to the people.
all right.
Don't be an idiot.
Everybody that's a good one. Everybody that's watching, just remember this: you're all beautiful people. You have the opportunity to do something amazing like these 4 people have done creating this show. I hope you continue to watch, you continue to listen, because what they're doing is absolutely amazing. And I hope that I can come on the show again because I really had a great time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What I gotta say. That's what I gotta say.
There we go.
Also, don't
Thank
let
you for
anyone tell you you can't do something. Don't
Yeah.
let anyone tell you that. 'Cause
Good one right there.
That's
Yeah.
just people bringing you
Good message.
down.
All right. Thank you again, Seth and Dom, for coming on, and
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and thank you for everyone watching as
Of
well.
course.
We will see you guys next week. So have a good one, everybody.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Yeah.